Hey everyone, so in this week's series of lectures, we're going to run through the tasks for week 7. And week 7 is looking at doors and keys. So we're going to cover a load of different topics. Obviously, if anyone's on visual scripting principles, you don't have to follow through all of these to complete your weekly tasks. But if you're on visual scripting on the first year of the course, then you will need to kind of do most of the things that we're going to cover in this video. I'm going to show things a couple of different ways as well, so you can pick and choose whichever one suits you best. So if we look at the topics we're going to cover today, um, so we're going to look at real quickly how to animate doors. The animation that we're going to do today is primarily going to be inside blueprints. So the first version I do will probably be inside the level editor. Then we'll do it in a standalone blueprint as well. So we're just going to experiment with a couple of different ways of doing that. We'll mainly be looking at timelines today, but obviously there's different ways of doing things in Unreal. So some people, if they're comfortable, might want to use matinees instead. After that, we're going to look at adding some form of player interaction to the door. So the first version of the door that we make is just going to automatically open. So from there, we're going to add in a form of interaction. So that'll be like on a button press. So we're going to actually make the player use some type of input. After that, we're going to kind of link in some of the stuff that we've done over the previous couple of weeks. And we're going to add an on-screen prompt to that. So basically guiding the player. And these are all things that will be really, really useful for you guys whenever you're working on your ICA. Because there'll be things that'll kind of help you add functionality and kind of gameplay and polish to your level. So even though we're just doing it for a door now, you can do it for loads of different kind of mechanics. After that, we're going to take that door that we've kind of made and we're going to link it to a key. So we're actually not going to let it open unless the player has a key. Then after that, we're going to look at different ways that we could spawn keys into the level based on events. So this is just an example. Obviously, for your final personal project, you don't have to do this, but you might want to use it in a different format. So what we're going to do is we're going to link it to the player's score. So once the player's score hits a certain amount, we're going to spawn the keys in the level, and then they can pick them up. You could link that to whenever the player kills all the enemies or whenever they complete a puzzle, you might want to spawn something in the game world. So it's basically a principle, but we're going to use it for the key and door scenario today, but you can apply it to whatever you need. And then the last thing we're going to do is we're going to add multiple keys to the door then. So we're going to make it that the player actually has to collect more than one in order to open it. We're probably going to do that in a couple of different ways. We'll do one off like a multiple Boolean check. So it's going to check if a couple of different things are true or false. And then the other version we'll do is we'll just do it off a number as well. And again, that's transferable. So that could be linked to kill count or scores or anything like that. So without further ado, we'll get cracking into the next video. We're going to start with the first topic for today, which is animating doors.